Today we're in the salon and we are going to go over a few things. Mainly we're going to give you a little deep dive into Pat Pet gels because I'm feeling like the girls do not know exactly how good Pat Pat gels are. Now I'm always about that airbrush life, but I do have some followers that literally are probably never going to airbrush, so we're going to get into it. Today's first video is all about Pat Pat gels. What's the big deal? I'm about to tell you. Okay, so Pat Pet gels are the newer thing in the nail industry, and we're going to show you a few things that was done with them. And that is this little board here, with the exception of these. I did a video on could airbrush and Pat Pet gel achieve the same look, and so this one is the Pat gel look, and this one is the Pat gel look, and this one is the airbrush look. But then we also did the same thing, like this is airbrushed. This is airbrushed. This is Pat gel. So it was really just me trying to do, can you do this with that type situation? And we're going to go into that more. With Pat gels, you also get a little bit more, well, I don't want to say more. You get another type of versatility as far as the way they cure. You can chrome over some of them, not all of them. You can stamp with some of them, not all of them. And we're going to get into that. So let's first off go over the types. You do have your bottle gels here, and the bottle gels are just kind of like a potted gel, but like in a bottle form. It's a little less viscous, well, a little bit more viscous where it's thinner, so you can brush it on. It is self-leveling. Some of the new formulas, like I do love this Sean Legend because you actually can draw with this one, and I like the fact that you can draw with the Sean Legend. Don't mind my thumb. The dog bit me, and not like bit me, but don't mind my thumb. I have the nail. We also have the D&Ds. I like the D&Ds because some of their natural ones you can actually use and chrome right on top of them. Now, the difference between gel polish and a pat gel is these are designed to self-level. This one not as much because I think it's like a newer formula, but these are designed to self-level. That way it's easy to get a solid application in 2 thin coats. We also have these cream gels, and this is from Gelish. This is a soak off. Now these you would think would perform like Pat gels. They kind of do, but not really. They're all right. You can brush them on, but we'll do a test in another video where I'll see if I can stamp with them or not. I do like the fact that they have glitters. Interestingly enough about these, you technically don't have to stir them. Now, when you're using your bottle gels, you definitely do have to stir them. If you're using potted gels, you definitely do have to stir them as well. And then these would be your pat gels, which you don't have to stir them either. My remote is in the way. You don't have to stir them either. You can do line work with them. They do not self-level. They're easy to use. So if you're drawing anything detailed and filling it in, these are good as well. And they also have they have a bunch of different types of gels that for art. I would consider gels like the pat gels and even some potted gels, as well as cream gels, as gels that you can do art with. It just depends on who manufactures it. Now, the Sean Legend ones, like I said, you can draw with theirs too. But with D&D, you do get a little bit more expansion. OPI, I wouldn't even attempt it, but you can. It's just a lot more doing that you have to do with it. Oops, this is the brush. All right. So I have a number of Pat gel palettes, and we're going to go through like that's the difference. So I'm going to show you on a nail. Okay, so let's get into it first with the Sean Legend. Here, and this was already shaken up beforehand. I'm gonna tell you this, I really do like this formula. Whatever he's doing to this, however they got this, love it so much. 30-second here.
Hey, our AI target nails. Keep skin cell from UV for you.
Okay. This is the this is also fantastic. I have the O'Neill lamp, and when you want to cure things and how all the bulbs cut on, you gotta like just hold on this AI one and it blinks and then it'll turn on all the bulbs. But I like having this because if you could see, it's weird to capture it. It has a little countdown timer. So my lamps are pointed away from me. And with the countdown timer, I can see where it is. So even when I'm doing chromes, I know exactly how much time it's been in there so I can cure it for the right amount of time. While that's rolling, let's try this one here. And this is going to be the cream gel. Ugh. I am going to use the brush that's in here, which is kind of wonky. And that's only because I didn't thoroughly clean it off. When you're going to clean off anything, you do want to use some brush cleaning gel. I do not use acetone or my natural hair brushes because I want to be able to use them for a long time without them getting frayed and weird. So this brush cleaning gel does not cure in the lamp. It doesn't cure in the lamp. That is the whole point of it. So you pretty much just run it through there, and then you can use a paper towel just to get the rest of the brush cleaning gel out of your brush. See? I know, my bad lamp. And so now our brush is right ready to go. So we're just gonna grab some of this, and not bad. This one does not have a self-leveling formula. So I am using a lot of the belly of my brush to drag at a 90-degree angle. And then when I would do a second coat, I would probably float it a little bit more so I can get it more solid. But I'm going to pop that in the lamp. Oops. Move too fast, hit the button. So give that 30 seconds. I'm going to move this out the way. And these gelish ones did come in a few colors. So of course I bought all four. The collection, don't ask. Don't ask, don't ask, don't ask. This is our second coat. You can use your pat gels in tandem with your potted gels. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I know one girl was saying she hated the beeps. I like the beeps because it keeps my clients from taking their hands out of the lamp before I want them to. Okay, so this is my second coat on this one. And look, we still got way more solid. So either way go, still very good coverage. Did I get the size? Very good coverage. Nice. That is a cream gel. I'm going to keep this brush out. I'm just going to run it through the cleanser because I'm going to use it with the pat gel to show you pat gel painted on and then also patted on, i.e. pat gel. And I do want y'all to pay attention. When I'm using gels and things like that, I am going to wear my gloves. A lot of times people are like, oh, I'm allergic to such and such. One, they're not shaking their polishes like they need to be shaken. Two, they're not keeping it off their skin. And three, they're not wearing gloves. Wear your gloves. I'll put the links to all my favorite pat palettes because I do love me a pat palette. So we're going to, and we don't need that much. Pay attention. Watch this. See how solid it is? Very solid. Move this out the way so we can focus good. Very solid, not moving anywhere. It's on there. You do have to do some working to work it into the nail. That's why I do not suggest just painting it on. It can be done. but I'm really like pressing and dragging. And honestly, this would be a one coat for me. I wouldn't even do it twice. Got some lint on it. I would just do it one coat. I wouldn't even do two. So to pop that in the lamp, give it some time. Now, these do cure tacky, right? So sticky. This one too. A pat gel does not cure tacky. It will actually cure tack free, which is how come you can do the chroming over it and everything else. I had a brain fart. These little sponges. Somebody said that they saved their sponges. You guys have seen my space. I do not save the sponge only because where else? Where am I putting it? I could put in a little thing, yes, but then what if I don't remember which sponge went to what? Now, when you're doing it on the nail, my suggestion is to go into it, grab some out, and then use your palette to tap it out. That way you don't blob it on, because then it'll take a lot more time to work it in. Now, I'm going lighter. I don't know if you could tell that I'm softer, but when I hit down here, I'm going a little bit harder. And then as I go up, I'm going softer. That gives me a really, really smooth ombre. And then, of course, you should cure that and then go in with another layer. And we do it 30. So this is totally tack free. It could pop. I don't know if it could possibly be chromed just straight out of the lamp like that. I just got some regular silver chrome. We ain't got no top coat on this or nothing. But these do cure tack free. Some of them, oh yeah, you can. Look at that. I think the only thing is you can see the brush texture. Yeah, you can see the brush texture, but it can be chrome right out of that. So that is a plus. This cannot. It's just going to stick on there. So no, same with this one. Just going to stick on there because it's not tack free when it cures. That pat gel is. And if you want to go a little bit harder with this same one, to get it a little bit more solid, you would just concentrate there right at the end, and then it's softer taps as we get closer. And there we are. It's more solid. Very easy. Pop that in the lamp and cure it. So that is the differences with the pat gels, bottle gels. And the next video, we are going to go over what we can do with these gels. I thank you for watching. I know this one's a little bit long, but we had to get the specifics out.